Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YNTAAY Minis. I'm Chris Smith, and today is a chilly and rainy day in plague-ridden Los Angeles. So, what better time than now to review Escape to Margaritaville, the Jimmy Buffett musical that I saw recently before the world shut down at the Dolby Theatre in beautiful Los Angeles, California. Now, I saw Escape to Margaritaville, I'd say on closing night on March 8th, 2020, at the Dolby Theatre. It had been here on its North American tour. It's a non-equity tour that started in Rhode Island, I believe, in 2019. And in September, I believe. And the cast is such, and it is a musical based on the catalog of Jimmy Buffett's songs, including his song Margaritaville from 1977. Remember, everybody? 1977? And it's a fun little musical. It's not the best thing I've seen by any means. It is about a woman named Rachel who's an environmental scientist, and she goes on a trip with her best friend Tammy, who's about to get married to a no-goodnik who puts Tammy down and always is criticizing her for her weight. And they go to this resort in the Caribbean. They live in Ohio, where it's cold and wintry at the time. And they go to the Caribbean to this little resort called Margaritaville, which is actually very run down. And there's a singer there named Tully, and he sort of sleeps with the ladies. And then when their vacation is through, then they'll go back to wherever they came from, and he moves on to the next lady. But this time, when he meets Rachel and they start having a flirtation, there's something there that Tully's just not used to. He's having feelings, spoiler alert. And her friend Tammy, meanwhile, is being shown attention by Tully's best friend Brick, who's the bartender. And he's sort of like this big guy, I won't say a big old dummy, but, he's a sweet, simple bartender, the way you like him. And they work for Marley, this lady that runs the whole Margaritaville. And there's also this pilot named JD who is, here's JD. He's got an eye patch. And Marley has hidden his plane because he's always crashing into things. Though it looks like once he crashes, he wouldn't be able to fly that plane anymore. But so, here's some pictures from the cast and from the production of Escape to Margaritaville. It's just silly fun. The book is by Greg Garcia from My Name is Earl and Raising Hope fame, and Mike O'Malley from Shameless. And it's sort of sitcom type humor, just silly. JD, for example, the pilot, is always looking for his lost shaker of salt. So he's always like, "Where's that salt shaker?" And of course it's right in front of him, but he has the eye patch, so he can't really, it's out of his field of vision. It's that type of humor. Now, it's very colorful, I'll give you that. And if you're a fan of Jimmy Buffett music, which everybody loves Margaritaville, and such songs as License to Chill, and It's 5 o'clock somewhere, and Fins, and Why Don't We Get Drunk, and Volcano, and Cheeseburger in Paradise. And yes, there is a volcano that's going to erupt on the island. The scientist is there not only to go on this getaway with her friend, but also because she can study some of the samples at the volcano to help her research. Oh, look who's here. It's a little Jimmy Buffett fan himself, Blackie Humphrey Gladstone the Third, I presume. He's all like, wasting away again in Margaritaville. Dun 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 dun. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Salt, salt, salt. Thank you, Blackie. This poor little thing, he doesn't know what he's gotten himself into coming to my house. But yeah, so that's the type of stuff that's going on in it. And Act 1 was a little slow. And then in Act 2, the volcano has erupted. It ends the first act with the big cliffhanger of the volcanic eruption. Everybody's running around. And yeah, you know, I was, while I was watching it, I was like, oh, I would have loved to have written the book to this musical because you don't really have to do a whole lot. And they didn't. But looking back now, as we live in this plague-filled world, I'm like, boy, I sure would like to be at Margaritaville right now, having a margarita and watching that silly, silly, colorful musical. You know, it played in 2017 in San Diego at the La Jolla Playhouse. Well, is that in San Diego? Well, it's near San Diego, La Jolla. Then it went to Broadway in 2018. It opened at the Marquis Theatre it started previews February 16th, 2018. It opened officially on March 15th, 2018, and it closed July 1st, 2018. So Escape to Margaritaville played 29 previews and 124 performances. Which, you know, was fine. And the non-equity tour was going on until its, I don't know if it got to go to its second stop after Los Angeles, because it's played here till March 8th, and then all the shutdowns started happening that week. And I would normally show you the list of theaters that it will be going to, but now that seems fruitless because we don't know when we'll be back in live theater, which is a shame. But here is the keychain that I bought while I was at Escape to Margaritaville. Isn't that pretty? And it's a cute little guitar. I think their poster work, their artwork is gorgeous. It's just what you would expect. The set is very colorful, like I said, very island-like. Then you have the bar back in Ohio. And yes, I mean, it's what you would expect from this musical. It's just light fun. And oh, come and see the magnet that I bought, which is just the same as here it is. It's with my other beautiful magnets on the refrigerator. And I would have bought more, but now that money is getting scarce in the world thanks to the Great Plague, I'm like, well, maybe I didn't need this keychain because I don't really have any reason to drive now. And a loaf of bread would be nice instead of this beautiful keychain. But I won't bore you with that right now. So yes, it's set in present day. It's set, like I said, in Ohio and the Caribbean. If you get a chance to see a production of this, and I'm sure once the world starts up again, Escape to Margaritaville is an easy show to put on because you just need to throw some lays around people. They were giving these out at the theater. Isn't this nice? I'm wearing my little beach shirt. So yeah, Escape to Margaritaville is good escapist fun. Nobody will accuse it of being anything other than what it is. Just a good time. Here's the cast recording, which I've had for some time. Here's the inside. The CD is in my car, probably. It was originally on Broadway directed by Christopher Ashley. and choreographed by Kelly Devine. And like I said, the music, of course, is by Jimmy Buffett. And I think you're probably better off seeing Jimmy Buffett in concert if you can, or listening to Jimmy Buffett music with a margarita in your hand, and maybe a cheeseburger. Some of those songs were a little forced, like the Cheeseburger in Paradise song. They were back at the bar at the engagement party for that Tammy and her awful boyfriend, her awful fiance, who is always criticizing her. He doesn't pick her up from the airport. He's always saying she's overweight. Won't even let her have any of the cheeseburgers that they're serving at their engagement party. I'm like, why are they serving cheeseburgers then if she's not allowed to have any by this awful man? And then why are they in Ohio in the winter singing Cheeseburger in Paradise? You know, things were just sort of forced into this show. But that's how you sometimes do it with a jukebox musical. But yes, so if you can get a chance to listen to the CD, feel free to do so. And go see Escape to Margaritaville. Searching for my lost shaker of salt. Salt, salt, salt. Yes, the audience did get to chant that during the show. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. Put on your lays, have a drink, and listen to a little Jimmy Buffett. Okay, goodbye everybody. Goodbye.